Okay, hello and welcome. It looks like we are live on both ends. So good to see everybody. Let's just take a minute to settle in. We've got, oh, I kind of feel like it's a big session today because it's really uh, about coming into the strength of our beings in very strongly, very precisely, and uh, I'm dedicating this session to somebody who's been very important in my life in terms of my development and with the work that I do, and Masajati, and he's a very important person in terms of the bringing in the new paradigm. So sometimes we go through very difficult situations and extremely challenging situations that feel like they're just going to tear apart everything that we are made of, everything that we believe in, everything that we are working for. And this was the case for him recently and his family. Um, and in those moments, we can falter and like, oh my God, this is it. This is this is kind of it feels like that's kind of the end. When in reality, it's really calling forth for us to step into even greater strength and greater stability and greater connection with ourselves and said, really coming into that state of purity of our beings. So we're going to really focus on that today. So, and really, just to help develop that habit of really coming into that strength of holding for ourselves what we need to hold and to be present and hold that strength and stability no matter what we're facing. So let's take a nice deep breath in, hold it at the top, and then exhale out completely. And keep exhaling all the way out and letting yourself just exhale out, 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 out. And then when you hit the bottom, your body's going to just kick right back in and inhale. And then letting yourself settle into the breath and just feeling your breath, feeling that just regular breathing, letting yourself become more aware of it, more paying a deeper attention to it. And then as you do that, let yourself becoming more aware of your physical body. Starting with, of course, the movement of the breath into the rib cage and that expansion and contraction. And settling in on that. And then from there, extending your awareness out to into your arms, into your neck, into your head, into your legs. All right, there we go. Settling in even more. Noticing what you're sitting on. We've got an interesting group showing up today. We've got some non-physical beings that are also showing up in this space here with us. So if you're feeling more presences around you, that's could be what you're feeling. So let's take another nice deep breath in and pulling in those frequencies, those energies from the core of the earth, and really pulling them through your body all the way through to the top. So uh, there's a lot of, so I'm just gonna start doing a little bit of clearing because there's a bit of a heaviness in the group that's showing up today. There's been a lot of very deep clearing that's happened in the last few days, especially around this event that took place this weekend. Um, there's still a lot of emotional release, a lot not release, but a lot of emotional thickness that's there for at least some people. So come into your breath, settle into your breath, settle into your upper chest, abdomen, upper abdomen, and just let yourself become aware of that breath as I work, as I clear that up for people. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of there's a yeah, a lot of letting go that's happening at this deeper emotional state. And keep focusing on the breath. If you feel that happiness, just keep focusing on the breath, focusing on your body. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to that, the breath, feeling your physical body, physical movement. If you need to, you can put your hands on your body to have that tactile information that helps to anchor in more solidly. So, again, noticing what's coming up for you, and then coming into the breath, coming into your physical body, and just holding that and being really just holding that in your awareness. Like you're not going to budge from that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it's starting to dissolve more, so that's good. And again, noticing what you're feeling, and then coming into that breath. There we go. Just being aware, again, being aware of what you're noticing around you, and just notice it. Just you can name it if you want to, if you can if it's identifiable, or it might just be something you're feeling. And then coming in back, your awareness on your physical body and your breath, and holding that, and just having that determination that you're going to hold on to that for yourself. You're not going to budge from that. Nothing's going to take you away from that. And if you just happen to like pull away a little bit, come back right back to it. Says, nope, we're not going off here. All right. Yes. There's washing off, washing off quite a bit of just density. Bringing through a lot of brightness. So very good. Yeah. Being handled very well here. Very nice. Settling into so that awareness of the breath, and at the same time just bringing that awareness to your what you're sitting on. If you're happy to be standing, you can what you're standing on, and holding that. So it's really about just getting into that focus and that intention and that clarity with your awareness, with yourself. And even if you get sidetracked, you just keep coming back to yourself. So the breath is an easy place to go, tangible place to go. Feeling that movement, feeling that breath, hearing that breath, feeling what you're sitting on. Yeah, there we go. And that lightness of being just slowly coming in and breathing into that, letting yourself feel that lightness of being that is within you. It's never gone, it's never really dissipated. Sometimes it's just really covered up, and we need to just go in more deeply for ourselves. So, taking another nice deep breath in, and then holding it at the top in your next breath, if you've already let that one go, holding it at the top, holding it very strongly, very determined, and then releasing it out completely, letting go the breath out completely until you hit bottom. There's no breath left in your lungs, and your system just kicks right back in. Your brings you back into that centeredness of your being, and feeling that strength that's growing, and that determination of holding strong for yourself no matter what. Feeling your body, holding that awareness in your body, and really holding on very strongly to that. Keeping your awareness there is a way of to just hold that strength for yourself and be stable and say, no, I'm not going to budge for myself. I'm going to hold clearly and strongly in this moment. So keep focusing on that breath. Again, mind wanders off to something. It's just floating off. It's just releasing. Come back to your physical body. Come back to that alignment. There's a deeper alignment that is starting to happen. Deeper channel that is coming through. Just channel of frequencies of energies coming in, building that strength. There's a lot of strength and determination that's building up. Some of you may feel like it's almost kind of this very low rumbling that's just there. That's like this kind of an earthquake rumble where it's building up and it's there, and it's not gonna go away. So same thing with that anchoring and that determination and that strength, inner strength that's coming through for everybody here. And it's sort of like that rumbling is like that no to being thrown off center, to be taken away from holding your truth and holding steady and strong with yourself in that truth of being, of that alignment with yourself, with your spirit. Ah, it's really opening up really nicely for everybody. And as you focus in on that, you'll notice that what happens, it's like you have to really pull yourself into that center and just be really determined about pulling in and focusing in on that. And that it's interesting because it's like you focus in and you just keep your awareness just keeps focusing in into that center. And as you do that, as you hold on to that, there's this expansion of you that starts to happen. It's very similar to that feeling of when you're really angry and you're holding and you can feel that anger and you're just holding that anger and it's just growing, growing, growing until it's ready to just boom. So it's that kind of a feeling, but you have to come in center to yourself, really pulling your awareness, pulling your focus into that. So everybody's doing really well with this. And there's just this whole layer, that whole density that was at the beginning there, that's just moving off, and there's this brilliance that's just coming through with everybody in this. So very nice, very good job. Let's take another nice deep breath in. Again, breathing it all the way at the top, and then as hot as much as you can, and hold it at the top for a few counts, and then exhaling out completely when you're ready to exhale and releasing all the way out, exhaling all that breath out, and with it, just releasing all that has accumulated of the old that we no longer need, any debris, any whatever's showing up. And with that bottom, you hit bottom and your system goes, pulls all back in all those fresh, refreshing frequencies and energy. So real good. Yeah. And I'm seeing, yeah, that's creating this whole stream of that's being pulled up into people from the core of the earth. Ah, and that vibration is just getting really stronger. It's a very low vibration, so you may not hear it, but you might kind of have a sense of it. It's really interesting because it's very low. Um, but it's just getting stronger and stronger and more. So it's that strength and determination that is coming through, that is anchoring in. So really let yourself tune into that and feel that, so that anytime after this, you can just come back to this place, because it's going to be in your awareness. It's going to be in your file system in your head. And it's like when you start holding that for yourself really strongly and coming into that holding and that alignment for yourself and saying, I'm not budging from this. What's starting to come through now. It's kind of interesting because it feels so counter to this. Is there's this joy of being that is coming through in this knowingness that the strength within will not take you anywhere. BFF, oh, hello. Somebody just sent in a little message, so very, very nice. Good to see you. I don't know who BFF is, so, uh, but it doesn't matter. Come on in. And really feeling that strength. So it's like you hit this point where it's like you're holding on so strongly to yourself and to that connection with your spirit and to being aligned with yourself, and nothing, absolutely nothing budging you from that and saying no. That strength comes through. There's this incredible buildup that's happening here, and that uh, and that lightness of joy that is coming through, uh, and in that joy, because of you know nothing's going to take you away, and it's almost like laughing at the opposition. It's like you can do whatever you want. It just it won't budge me. I'm here. That's it. That's it. So really, really allowing yourself to breathe into that. Let's take another nice deep breath in from the core of the earth, really pulling in all the way up to the top, really filling yourself and breathing in even just a little bit more past that last breath, holding it holding it with that determination and that strength, and that's really building up, and releasing and exhaling out completely. Again, all the way out, releasing completely out, just pushing that air out, 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 out until there's no more, again, no more left, and your system just pulls it right back into you. And really, it's so cool to see, because every time we do this, I just see this whole big pull up of energy and frequencies from the earth that are coming right back up. And that strength, let yourself feel that strength of being present with yourself and not budging. This will take you through anything you need to. It's scary, it's like we face these situations and they can be really challenging. And, with my friend Moss, it was like it could have like just totally devastated his whole life, his whole family, his whole community, quite an extensive community, and holding that, not not playing into this as well. Okay, let me just take care of this so that that will just go away. No, I'm holding here. I'm holding for that strength. I'm holding for that truth in myself, that deepest alignment to the truth and to myself. I'm not going to sell out. So, very good. Feeling that, letting yourself feel that strength. Let's really breathe into that. Let's anchor that into your awareness and feel that strength. It's like rock solid right now. And it's, again, I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but it's rock solid, and there's this incredible lightness. Oops, I have a little problem with the internet here. The internet is cycling. As I was saying, that there as stability internet right now. So sorry, we said that internet cycling around. Hopefully that will not come through again. So as I was saying, it's these kind of things that feel like they're opposite of that solidness, and in that solidness, kind of that density and strength, that like rock solid, like steel being, and on the other hand, that lightness of being. And it's so interesting to feel both of those coming in at the same time. So I think that's really important to note, because when we're facing adversity at the beginning, it's like, shit, I'm not, how am I going to get through this? And feeling like you have to hold on so tightly and so strong to yourself at the beginning, when you start kind of facing off with whatever you need to face off. And then as that grows, as you really hold on to that, you get to this place where there's just that incredible lightness of being that comes through, as you really get anchored with your spirit and in that connection, for yourself, and saying, no, I'm holding to myself. I'm holding strong here. And the strength that comes through in that lightness. Uh, and I think that's also important to really make it, just to notice, because we all think we there's a lot out there, like in all the new age stuff, especially that this is where I've come across it, where it's like, oh, let's all be light and fair, easygoing, and just in that lightness of being, and happy and joyous. And yeah, that's all great, but coming into that place when you're facing that adversity is even more powerful, because it's like that diamond that gets compressed. It's made by that compression and being even more radiant, more sparkling, more incredible than if it was just like just floating at the surface here. It's like, oh yeah, nice little fleck of, brilliance there. But instead, getting compacted, so it makes it even more powerful. So very nice, very good job here. Oh, let's take another nice deep breath into from the core of the earth, pulling all of those frequencies and those uh, energies, frequencies into ourselves at the top, and then just exhaling it out however you want to, and coming into just settling back into your regular breath, into your body, and letting yourself feel that strength of being. So relaxing into that strength of being. No need to emphasize, no need to get in this place. And when we face that adversity, you kind of have to kind of go there to like, all right, I'm going to hold. Um, and now just letting yourself be in that presence with yourself, focusing on your breath, and just allowing yourself to really connect with yourself and feel that solidness that is there now. Still a little bit of density here that's showing up. Oh, so it just let's kind of clear up this piece too. It's shifting out, but let's kind of clear it out. So focusing on your breath and just being aware of that solidness of your physical being and that alignment with your spirit and your physical being. Feeling that brightness. Ah, yeah, very nice. Settling into what you're sitting on. There we go. Just being aware of yourself and your environment, through your senses, through what you see around you, coming back to yourself. So for those who are familiar with that, just going through all your five senses, or at least just visually and what you hear, going into all of them if you can. Yeah, very beautiful. And strengthening, it's just strengthening of the self. Very good. Let's take another nice deep breath into that. Settling in again. And it's good. It's great. Uh, so, yeah, thanks for stopping by. If you want to hear BFF, gosh, I'm curious as to who BFF is, but hello, it doesn't matter. Um, glad you could stop in. And if there's anybody else who wants to comment in, you're welcome to do so. I've got Instagram on one side and YouTube and Facebook on the other. Oh, somebody's saying thanks for this meditation. It was really helpful to uh, bring in my. I'm sorry, I'm doing two things in here at the same time. I'm reading two things at the same time. So saying that was very helpful to feel strong in myself at this time. So very good. I'm glad of that. Margaret. Oh, Margaret. Hi. So hello, Margaret from Virginia. Glad you could join in. Um, okay. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to put in some questions. So every Wednesday, we'll be back next week. I should be on time. I need to take my mom to a medical appointment in the afternoon. We're not quite sure how long it's going to last, but I should be back in plenty of time to start this at the regular time. So every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central European Time and one o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. So very good. So very good. Thank you for stopping by. This is a very strong session, very good session, and see you. Do feel free to stop by every Wednesday or whenever you want. You can always go back to the recordings also if this is not the best time. Have a lovely week. Take care. Yeah, yeah, thank you. You too. And we'll see you next time. So take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.